Hey everyone, welcome to a very special birthday episode of Unsealed and Revealed. Clap, everybody clap. Thank you so much. My name is Jeff May, and you're looking, it's just me here today. Over to my right, off camera, Cassidy is going to be here on the ones and twos. Hi, Cassidy.
Hello.
See, she's here. You can hear.
You heard that,
Voice
right?
from above.
She's going to be taking your questions, comments, and concerns in both the Facebook and YouTube live streams. And we are doing something today that we have never done before. Usually we get pieces that we are going to be told about, but today we are going to be premiering two very limited, very exclusive pieces that are going to be available first to you. We're going to be dropping the order links at the end of this episode. So this is a very exciting thing. I've never done this before. You guys excited? You guys excited?
I am.
I'm excited.
I am. I hope you're excited. Now, to my left over here, we have my co-host, 6-scale expert and all-around healthy guy to know, Guy Klender. How you doing?
I'm doing great, sir.
Good.
I am doing great.
Good. I like that we're keeping a nice socially distant.
It's socially distant.
6 feet between us both.
But within our social media.
That's right. Now, you'll look next to Guy. We can go to that camera on Guy if you want. You don't need to look at me right now. That you will see he has right there the 6-scale Joker Batman Classics Noir from Sideshow. Now, we haven't even gotten a peek at these yet.
Nope.
This is something that hasn't been announced by Sideshow. This isn't something that's shown up on the website. This hasn't even been sort of premiered at any conventions that we've been to. This is a first-time look and reveal at these pieces. I am incredibly excited. Guy, I need you to crack into this
Yes,
thing.
I'm going to crack this.
it.
I'm going to crack this open. So let's quickly take a look at the Noir. What I love the grayscale idea. I've liked the Batman statues that have been done in the grayscale, and this is going to be my first grayscale Sideshow piece since 2001 when they did the Universal Monsters in grayscale. So there's a good look of. If you saw our other version of Joker,
We did do this Joker on a previous episode.
Yes. That one is the exclusive with 2 swap out heads. This is the Noir grayscale, but the photo on the back is also done in grayscale. But what's neat is, if you remember that one there on the box, were the hints of color. Not on this one.
We don't have
So
that,
let's
no.
take a look. I'm going to drop this down. So you've got kind of Joker's emblem there.
Yeah.
And the classic black and white art, which is neat because then when I lift up my figure.
Ooh.
Isn't that neat?
God, that looks cool.
Isn't that really cool?
And
it looks like we're filming a black and white episode except for my colored
Here,
hands.
try to pull it over a little bit. There you go. How's that?
There we go.
Now, this is a grayscale version of the piece that we had.
Of the
previously
piece we
done,
had
right?
before.
Because you
but-
said there's a surprise for me. Because
Yes.
I saw this one here.
Yes, there is a surprise. But we're going to take a peek at him. I want to take him out. It is kind of fun. I'm glad you get to see that my hands are in color and we're not just shooting a black and white episode. But that's kind of the neat idea because, again, that artwork we've seen, and I'm going to kind of flip it here.
It's all over.
Is
yeah.
all over, but now
It's
all black and white comics. Really,
Oh, that's so cool.
really fun. Really dig on that. I think this is exciting because I love my
Yeah.
black and white
Did we have
movie version.
We had a discussion too not too long ago that the last black and white 6 scales that Sideshow did whatsoever it wasn't like 2003.
It was 2001 was
The Universal.
Universal, and I believe it was 03 that we
was
did a
Rod
Rod
Serling,
Serling
yeah.
from Twilight Zone, and so we've not seen a grayscale figure. They're not something that you do. So again, we're going to slide this off as we did on our other Joker figure, but again, black and white. Just super cool on that. Let's take a peek at how grayscale looks on a 1/6
Oh,
figure.
that's cool.
So
It's funny because under the lights it has, on the camera it almost has like a lavender feel to it. And
Yes.
then here we're seeing that it is, man, that is freaky looking.
isn't that wild?
Oh, that looks cool.
Isn't that wild?
Now, one of the good things about this that we have too is that we don't have to spend an aggressive amount of time on like the posing aspects
Right.
and the shaping aspects and can the legs move this way? Can the arms move this way? Because we've done an episode on this that you can sort of revert back to. So we get to really spend a lot of time on the aesthetics of this piece, and then whatever surprise you you have for me.
Whatever nifty, weird stuff I'm going to talk to you about. So, just let's take a look. Again, like you said, it kind of under the light has this lavender. Look how eerie that face is with the...
Yeah.
I'm going to tilt it up a little bit.
I don't want to see him. I want to see him in a dark black and white alley.
Exactly. Yeah. Just really, really neat. Down to those.
Cassidy, what do you think?
I think I kind of agree with you. Wouldn't want to see that in alleyway or my room or anything.
Yeah,
but here is perfect.
Yeah,
here at that safe 6 foot distance
with 2 adult men in the way.
It's a good idea. So I'm going to leave him there, but let's take a look from the overhead camera to our accessories that we get on this. I like this. You know how I love instructions and/or warnings. Warning: sharp point. And the reason that one is on there is one of those hands is the hand buzzer. Okay,
oh,
I'm
look
going to
at
hold
that
there. And so, yes, it does have a sharp little point.
Look at that.
On there. Okay, again, all of these done in grayscale. You've got plenty of different hand options. Ones that'll hold the crowbar, his cane.
That was an expert move, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Comment on that. Yeah.
And all of that. This is a fun one. I'm going to lay this here. I'm going to use it like it's in a little evidence bag. Before, when we saw his little Joker card, it was nice bright color.
It's black and white Joker card.
It's the black and white Joker card. So it's just really, really an incredible piece.
So it is the Noir piece. It's the Noir version of the Joker 6 scale that we did previously.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now this one here,
the black and white just pops, man.
Yeah, the black and white. What you're seeing out of there, and I want to kind of, I'm going to remove the head just to.
Yeah, you go ahead. You work
just to take a look at that sculpt, because before we've seen that hair in like a green, but in that grayscale, this isn't just a solid color. It's been given that wash,
those
and you
gradients,
really can see.
Give him a turn.
The detail and the sculpts in there. Okay, we're going to turn and get...
Yeah, see, look at that. Let the light catch it.
And...
come on. Look at him. No.
Those eyes just... I'm just going to turn it so he stares at you.
That is one of the jokeriest Joker faces.
Yes, it is a great...
Of that, he's smiling, but then he's going to kill
It is a great, great portrait. And to just, again, seeing that nifty... silver screen, black and white comic book idea.
Yeah, it is interesting too because the noir coloring of Batman, Batman Black and White has been a continuing sort of project that DC does. Mm-hmm. Batman Black and White, there have been several volumes of it that have come out, and all the great artists and writers have done Batman Black and White stories, from Jim Lee all the way to Jim Steranko and so many different Jims. DC themselves do the black and white statues and the Artist Alley stuff, all the artist stuff, and so a black and white Batman or a Joker piece makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In this situation, and God, it looks good.
Well, you said the name, and so I'm gonna show you.
Are you really gonna have?
I am indeed.
Do we have that?
Do we not only have the villain? We have the hero.
Come on, man.
We have the hero as well.
You showed me that we were doing Joker.
I told you we were doing Joker. We did. I didn't lie about that.
I probably should have guessed that this was going to happen. This is why you guys kept me out of the studio before.
Exactly.
Okay.
Jeff, you're a huge Batman fan.
I am.
And when I was told late yesterday that this was what we were going to show off, I asked if you knew. And you hadn't been told, and I kind of was hoping that we could keep it from you as long as we could.
This is a conspiracy.
It is.
I've been conspired against about this. This is really cool. We get to do
Yes. Now, we have not seen this one here on our show.
No, and I was actually a little bit concerned if we were just going to do the Joker. I was like, all right, so we got to talk about the toy that we kind of did a version of already. Yeah. So this makes a lot more sense.
This is really fun.
And so... these both are going to be for sale.
These are both going to be available. These are a very small run. It's part of the birthday celebration.
Okay. And Cassidy, I got a question for you real
Yes.
quick. Are we Gleam contesting?
We
these?
are Gleam contesting.
Woo,
We are
okay.
Gleam contesting the Batman. So
okay,
bats
all
out of
right.
the bag.
So, at some point in time, the bat's out of the bag.
Yes, yes. Been meaning
Cassidy
to
has
say
just
that.
informed me that we will be dropping the link to a Gleam contest where you can win one of these, I'm assuming ridiculously limited. Do we have numbers on these?
We have 500 on the Batman and 400 on the Joker.
Okay, that's an insanely limited
It's a
Yes,
very small
really,
number.
really, really
And
limited.
Batman, even the one that was a non-grayscale, is completely gone.
Yeah, no, this is going to sell out.
So this is going to go fast, and this is a pair. You want these as a pair.
So-
I'm excited to see them that way.
Okay, so this is great. If you're an Unsealed and Revealed watcher, if you watch every day, congratulations. You get a chance to get something that other people don't know exists.
Yeah.
And even a chance
Hopefully
to
you're
win.
watching live.
Yeah, if you're kind of like on the fence about it, you don't know, now's a good chance to maybe enter the Gleam contest, see how it goes. No guarantee that this piece won't be sold out by Friday. But that being said, if this is a must-have for you, if you at the end of the episode when they release it, you can get it, you can buy it. Congratulations, you've got it. You've got to.
So let's take a look.
Dude,
Here is the wraparound artwork. We're going to have that black and white artwork wrapping around into the Gotham City. Got the bat signal up in the top corner.
There it is.
An incredible shot of the figure
looks so good.
that we are going to see.
That looks like it's from a silent film or
Yep,
something.
that we are going to
looks so
see in
good.
just a moment. And then wraps around to that black and white line art or grayscale. All right. Now, this is the one we're gonna dive a little bit more in depth. I'm gonna move Joker off to the side, and we're gonna take a look at them together a little bit later on. This is your shoebox.
There he is. Crack them
Oop.
open. Let me see.
Shoebox.
Oh, he's got the
style
utility belt.
Utility
as
belt,
his band,
and it
yeah.
is done in gray. Okay, let's lift up.
Was the other one in yellow? The
other one,
because I've never even seen
The other one, yes. If you have the regular version, it was done in the yellow.
Okay.
Well, it was a yellow tan leather kind of look. But let's take a look at this box here on the exteriors.
Okay. I see a lot of that sort of classic Silver Age art, the sort of Jim Aparo style.
I think they've done a number of different.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's going to be. Oh, there's some Golden Age stuff in there too. Good for them.
Me.
I love the choices of there. I'm looking. I was wondering if there was going to be Neil Adams or Brian Ballin somewhere. Of course, they added the Batman smacking the Robin.
and that in grayscale. You don't see that on the internet in grayscale.
That's rare.
But
No,
you do now.
I do want to give a
Here on
shout
our
out
show.
to, I'm assuming, the graphics art department at Sideshow for choosing that panel as one of the ones. That's like an Easter egg. That's a really cool choice.
All right. So we're going to
Shout
slide off utility belt and take a look at our figure. All right.
Yeah, you
We're going to
are.
remove the top of the clamshell. And there is our lower. All right. So here are our two. All right. Again, I'm going to remove the clamshell off. So.
There it
All right. I'm going to
is.
pull off our stand here. Again, all of the things, if you saw on the regular, everything being done in that nifty gray look. Okay, I'm going to set this up here, and then I'm going to attach the stand to it. All right,
Oh,
it
so he's
kind of
like
has
a
that
sewer grate.
Gotham unique sewer grate in a non-round, non-round sewer grate.
You know why sewer manhole covers are round?
So they will not fall in.
That's right. It's the one shape where it won't fall in.
So this would not work.
I think in Gotham City's infrastructure is the least of its problems. I'd say Gotham City has a lot of functional
Is it
problems.
sanitation
so,
division?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
So inside the lower tray, you're going to have that stand.
There's like a crocodile monster living right under there. So the least we have to worry about is what happens to the manhole.
Got a lot going on there.
Yeah.
So let's take a look, and we have our 4 additional hands. All right. 2 that I have here in the front are both a right and a left with a tight grip.
Kind of gripping hands.
Kind of a gripping hand, and this is for the Batarang and bat boomerang, those that he's going to come with, and the other kind of a unique menacing type.
Yeah, that looks like he's going to choke you with those.
Yeah.
Or
But,
hang from a building ledge.
Yeah. There you go.
There's a lot of the Batman's very resourceful.
He's resourceful.
I feel like there's a lot
what
of stuff
what I really like that Sideshow has done when they're doing their swap out hands is the additional pegs. Instead of just 1 or 2 additional pegs, every one of these hands is going to have the peg that attaches into the wrist joint. And not just the smaller one. Now these are removable if you wanted to take the small, hand off. So, but you do have plenty of them
I think
there.
that saves a lot of problems in the future.
Yes.
In case somebody has a peg problem, you don't have to call customer
Yes.
service or anything. They're just like, no, we got some pegs. We got several.
So
pegs.
now I'm going to set Bat here.
That's Batman.
I did open this up, and the only things I have taken off are underneath the belt is going to be a bit of plastic that is going to show keep it safe.
Man, look at that.
As well as 2 under the gauntlets. He will have a sleeve over the boots, over the arms, and over the head. And I kept these ones on so I can show you what we're doing, and I can do one of the other favorite things that you and I like to do on the show as well.
Which is eat the shoes.
Eat the shoes. Yeah, we did that in only one episode, the Eat the Shoe episode. But you're going to just remove those, slide those down.
Oh.
Okay, those are your protective bags.
that piece
We've
looks
not gone over that before, which is why I wanted to do it. But what I think
then
is
you
neat,
slide
while I have
The shin guards on.
while I have the spats removed, them being a separate piece like that does allow me a lot more movement.
Lateral
When-
movement,
Yeah,
yeah.
when I'm adjusting the feet, however I want them to be, this is allowing me to get that tight look
Yeah.
down there. But since we do have the shoes off, I'm going to set the shoes up here and do a little double action. Look at that. We're going to see it from the side, but we're also seeing...
Man, you're gonna take a kick from that dude. Tread
Boom!
watch.
Tread watching right
Look at
there.
that tread watch.
Batman also amateur tap dancer.
I was gonna say it's an interesting. I'm assuming this is certainly a nod to the Silver/Golden Age
Mm-hmm.
era of Batman with that sort of modern feel, because those shoes. A lot of times when you see the treads they tend to have a work boot
Yes.
tread on there. That this kind of has this 1950s vibe of if this guy kicking you, it's like getting kicked with an extra weapon.
Yeah, definitely.
That is a shod foot. that's gonna hurt.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, that's back when Batman was just I just got brass knuckles. I'm gonna beat a dude mercilessly. And you're like, geez, man, calm down.
But I really dig. I mean, it almost kind of has that bat with the curve on the front tip here, the little metal tip.
Yeah.
I love the little riveting on there, and then take a look at the stitch work.
Yeah, man, it's very much like kick a gangster in the face.
Kick a gangster in the face.
kind of vibe there. Yeah.
Now let's take a look and go to our overhead camera, because this allowed me to spread out his entire cape.
That thing is impressive. That is a big cape.
Okay.
Cape Crusader.
This
That's
is
a Crusader
okay.
level.
Yeah.
My goodness, I'm gonna have to pull him down a little toward me now, just to show off
Jeekus Crow, look at that.
the.
Holy giant cape Batman. My dude's messing with a lot
Boom.
of fabric here.
Okay.
That's
Whoosh.
pretty considerable.
Huge scalloped edge on there. This is a thin, more of a silken material over and stitched here. There is no wire on this cape.
No.
And this is, I also wanted you to show just how it's cut like that, which is neat, but also to show that we don't have any wire in there. On that one there.
This is it makes me think of the radio serials or something like that.
Yes.
It's such the vibe I'm getting is so classic.
Yeah.
And just the way the shoes are and the way this looks, I definitely get that vibe from it, and I'm super into it.
Because you bring that up, and I really love radio dramas. Was Batman ever done as radio dramas?
I know there were cinematic dramas. There were theatrical serials.
the shorts.
where it was a guy in a sweater, just oh, look at me, I'm Batman, and we're like, sure, you're Batman.
Sure, you're Batman. Whatever.
Of course, you're Batman.
Of course you're Batman. All right.
But I know. Obviously, Superman had one within less than 2 years of the creation. So, while it might not have been popular, there might have been. I guess as soon as the camera gets off me, I might Google it.
Exactly. Or somebody who's watching the show.
Yeah, if anybody in the comments wants to sound off
and
Or
has
I'm
that.
here too.
or Cassidy.
Well, there you go.
Cassidy's
Radio
here.
shows Batman?
A Batman
Yes.
radio
Was
serial?
Batman done
Oh,
as a
sorry,
radio
I did radio shows Batman.
series?
Wow, you blew it.
All
I
right.
did, huh?
So now let's take and put our bats right up on our stand
That looks good.
here. I'm gonna just, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna drape full straight on there. Okay. So
I'm
obviously
so into this.
covering
piece.
those. What's neat is having them on the stand and having this longer, the longer cape.
Yeah.
You get it to kind of droop over
Oh,
the front, which is kind of that over the rooftop
that looks
type
so.
neat idea.
The black and white. I'm actually really glad you guys didn't tell me about this
Yeah, I didn't
because
want you
I'm really into this. Like aggressively so.
Let's take a look. We're going to take and work from our portrait all the way down on this figure. And feel free to ask any of the questions and how this differs from the other ones. If you do indeed have that, we'll talk about that.
That reminds me, and
yes.
I do want to take that as an opportunity. Cassidy, how are we doing in the comments?
We are good. A lot of people are really excited about this. One person wants to know, is that from a Frank Miller sculpt?
It doesn't look Frank Miller-y.
I'm going to, okay, let's take a, we are at the portrait now. So for those of you that have asked, I don't know if we've gone with a specific artist. I know that, Jeff, you're much more versed. And if it was a specific artist, this is more of a compilation of different ones, right?
Sideshow's take.
Yeah.
It's our version of Batman.
So if you guys heard,
Well, I love your version of Batman.
Mega producer, I call him Better Jeff. Producer Jeff has just informed. This is Sideshow's take. So this is our artists in house do their take, and artists take whatever influences from all of the numerous amount of things in there were brought in. If this was a Frank Miller piece, we would for sure tell you, like on the top, based off of Frank Miller. Yeah. I would say that the inspiration is probably in that late Silver Age. If I were to guess inspiration, I would say late Silver Age into the more modern age.
I like that he's done, and you say the word age, is that this is not a 20 or 30-some Batman. This is
like a 36-year-old or a 34-year-old.
The age of Batman.
Well,
at the
I can't
time.
tell. I can't see like the eye circles or anything.
But,
But he has like that.
Just the way the jowl is and all that.
Is jowl the word or jaw?
Well,
I don't know.
well, either way.
I think it looks. Yeah, but it definitely looks like a dude that's ready to land some punches on some
Jowl would be the side there. That'd be the
Yeah.
But either way, let's take a look from the side.
The portrait's really good. I like that it's not. A lot of times with Batman, they overly exaggerate the forehead to the nose piece, and it ends up sort of coming up. You end up with like a nonsensical version of that. Is that just me?
No, I think you're right. You're right. Sometimes it
I see what you mean.
gets very beakish.
Yeah.
I really dig on this. What I'm going to do is lift up so you can see the kind of underside of it as well.
Oh,
Okay.
if that's how you want to pose it, that's up to
Well,
you.
yeah, no, this is up to you. But notice that the cloth fabric of the cape is going to go all the way.
So it leads up into the cowl.
Yep, goes all the way. So it connects the two pieces.
Yeah, it is essentially for fictional purposes, it's one piece cape and cowl.
Yes.
But obviously for toy purposes, it is two pieces.
The other reason is I wanted to kind of lay the head downward. I laid it down on the base just so you can kind of see the.
Yeah. That's just a fit kit.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
The up.
So now you
sculpting on
see
that.
where the
Even the peg is done in grayscale.
Yeah.
All right. So there we are on that. Now let's take the cape back. I'm just going to fold it over. Like I said, this is just a thinner silk cape on here. This did not come wrinkled, but I think if that did, and that was a concern of yours, display it. Its own weight is gonna take that out.
Would you ever do like leave it in the like when you take a shower, put it in the bathroom and let that steam it, or is that something that you're like, I don't want?
Well, I've never showered with Bruce Wayne, but that's an interesting,
That's fair.
You have changed what my plans were later on in the week.
That's a tricky,
which is nice.
A steam room thing, no?
Yes.
Yeah, a
no,
sauna.
you could probably use something like that.
Is that just me just saying? I feel like there's a lot of this episode of me going like, is that just me? And then you guys are like, kinda, but we'll agree with you so you don't feel bad. So you put that head back on.
I'm going to put the head back on, and we're going to take a look. Again, because that cape is so massive, I've just taken and flipped it back over on itself for you to be able to see the front. Okay, this is that kind of classic Silver Age, right? Is that what you would say, Jeff? The Silver Age, the way that the emblem is.
Depending on which interpretation, like the vibe I get from that is Golden or Silver Age.
Okay.
Now, again, because this is a sideshow take on it. It would be, I guess, what you'd consider timeless. They're not saying that it's a specific era. But that vibe certainly does give me a 60s vibe with the choice of bat symbol on the chest as well. But man, that
so
thing,
neat, right?
I hate that I just keep wanting to go like, man, that's really cool, right?
But let's take a look and print it on there. Not only is, of course, the emblem, but the little lines that have been added just to kind of break up these solid pieces.
We saw that in the Flash, and it's one of those things where when you're making a 3D version of what is generally considered a 2D character, when you see the Flash in an all-red costume, or Batman, I'm guessing the color version was a gray and navy, that if it's just that, if it's just the flat colors, it's going to be boring. So when the design team throws together this sort of like the piping in certain areas, the way they're using sort of the shading and the dye sublimation to make a cool, like the muscular effects and everything like that, what you really get is what would normally be a flat piece. You get that thing popping out at you. So it literally looks like it's on the comic page.
Yes,
but
breaking up those. Take a look at the chest.
Yeah.
Just the underlying design. I'm sure people would ask, can you remove the suit? No, you cannot, and do not. Because look how well tailored that is on him.
It's snug.
Okay. It's snug. But what I wanted to do was, by raising one arm and kind of bending the other, show you not only some of the articulation points, but how that suit moves. Again, you and I talked about it when we did the Flash, about how neat it was the way in which that suit moved and still kept those wonderful lines.
Yeah, it was very streamlined.
And this, we're seeing that as well. I'm going to flip the cape again, and we're just going to take the right side of him
Yeah, let's give him that.
All right, to again see how that line goes. All right, your articulation on the arm shoulder is about a 90.
Yeah.
However, you can also obviously go forward more. All right. Anytime you're doing that with these tighter suits, do it slowly.
Yeah.
These are, I'm not sure if the mic's picking up, but these are again the ratchet.
Yeah, they have that ratchet.
Okay.
You can hear like the knocking.
Exactly. So that's allowing it to
So
keep those poses.
One of the things that you talk about a lot is when you do these movements to be aware of the costuming, because if you cut to the costume right now, you'll see it has that little bunch in the armpit.
Yep.
So that way you would want to do, see exactly.
Yep.
And that's what
That's why
Guy's
you're
talking
doing them
about
slower.
when he says do it slowly, because you want to maintain sort of,
Right.
you don't want to bunch it too much. And it won't as long as you are calm and patient with
most
the piece.
most of the time, at least myself, and I think most of us that have these, or those of you that have watched the show, if you post it in 2 minutes and then we're done, part of it would kind of be boring. You're like, oh man, I guess I'm
Get
done.
Terry Smith in here. He'll do
I
it
guess
in
I'm
3
done.
hours.
You know, Terry and I would spend a lot. I hope Terry is watching. He did not know what this was going to be, and I would not tell him.
No.
But I said, make sure you see me at 2.
He is watching.
He is watching.
Yeah,
Well, hello
he's been
there.
very
Hello.
active in the comments. I do appreciate the comments.
He will definitely love to pose this particular figure. And yes, you need the pair. So let's take a look then. And and work our way
Look
down.
at that back. Look at that ripped back.
Boom.
Look at this dude.
Quite the lats.
My
right?
man's hitting that pull-down machine.
Let's take a look at, because we're there, this is the next thing I wanted to show you, is the belt. One Velcro and is removable. We're going to take a look at that individually. I'm going to set it off to the side because I want to work down the suit.
That way
and
you could pose the Joker holding the belt. Like, oh, I've got you, Batman.
Wow, that would be wild.
Like, you know,
Has he ever done that? Has Joker ever stolen?
They steal the belt all the time, man. If you ever watch Batman the Animated Series and stuff, they're always like, get that belt away from me. Don't give him the belt. He escapes all the time. There's probably acid in there. Get rid of it.
The collection of Etruscan snoods. This was my favorite of the holy ones. So let's again take a look down the side. Classic trunks in the grayscale, and again those lines that we saw. We see them going down the back and then down the back of the leg.
Side note, while I have you there, can you do a turn so I can see the bat gauntlet? Because we didn't get a good shot of that before. Yeah, I want to see the blades on the gauntlet. Okay, that looks really cool. All right, that's all I needed.
No, I think it's a good idea to now show that. Obviously, you're going to be able to switch it, and there's that cut point.
This is very similar to
this
the
is
feet,
what
yeah.
I did with the feet. We're going to remove those, put those on, but it does allow me to kind of turn those when I'm doing my poses. If I want those blades out,
Yeah.
you know, I would
A tiny turn.
a tiny turn
on the gauntlet will really add a lot of
really
depth.
change.
Yeah.
And those real subtle little things that just bring that additional life or that additional action to the figure. So let's take a look down the side there. We've got the, I'm gonna hold your cape here, sir. You've got the lines down on the front and side of the leg.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't even notice
Yep.
until it went down that there's the
Yes.
knee joint line as well.
Knee joint line as well. It's also why I'm holding the cape up.
Shout
kinda
out.
show it.
I do like to take a moment when we see things like that, and especially because these are done in-house. Shout out to Cut and Sew and the graphic arts department when they sort of do this off of. A lot of times it's porting something from a movie and you just have to make it look
You
right.
gotta
But
make
when
it
you have to
work.
take the initiative to make something that would be flat and to add those certain levels, like graphic arts and Cut and Sew both really knocked this out of the park. We saw it in The Flash. We saw it in The Joker, but that's a very elaborate costume.
Yeah, suit.
With this, we're seeing it again, that just the professionalism of both of those departments really comes through in a piece like this.
It's really neat to see, isn't
Yeah.
it? I was so excited for you to see this grayscale.
It is interesting too, being able to like kind of know who those people are. When
Yeah,
you start coming in
yeah.
at Sideshow, being
Going,
like, wow,
hey.
like you do great work.
You're
I
like,
think it's really
the
neat.
guy I just had food with in the cafeteria designed that thing, and it
Yeah.
looks really super cool.
No, it's really I really can't stress enough how much I like the piping, and I think if you watch the Flash episode, I do the same thing where I gush over it. But it's such
but
a
it brings
talented,
that life to it.
It's an easy, well, not easy because I could never do that, but it's such a way that seems simple, but to bring an extra sort of oomph to a piece that's already awesome. I don't know. I love it.
Just gonna get
Ooh, there it is. That's a good pose.
you can get some crazy action.
Yeah, that leg.
I'm actually gonna pose him a little bit off the base, but I just wanted to show, again, great range of motion in hip.
Imagine taking that. Oh, wow. Great knee bending, too.
Huge range of motion in the knee, and then I can take the boot and kind of flex that back if I wanted. Now the boot, as I showed earlier, that's a ball jointed one, so you really have, it's about the same size as your ball joint that you have on the head, and by having that you really get a lot more motion. I can tweak that thing around. And again, when we do that, then I can kind of push down again.
You know what's interesting, and I have never thought of until you just did it, is I don't think I've ever seen Batman in a kick pose.
Really?
No, it's always him being like, I'm on a gargoyle, or something like that. You know, there's like, when do you see Batman kicking?
There we go.
But that's like a really...
And another, there's a
It's cool
different use
looking.
of the C-stand.
Yeah.
The classic C-stand. I'm actually going to hold up the thigh there.
How to be a poser, I think we
Yeah.
know how.
Yeah. Well, can you tell there's a guy whose videos I watch?
But like, I
But there he
can't
goes,
think
showing
of...
off the shoe.
I can't think of a Batman pose I've seen where he's just landing a kick on somebody, but that actually looks really cool.
But again, I wanted to have him here so like you talked about, showing those lines off, giving it that additional life and the flexibility. So boom, we've got that almost all the way back. Okay, I can twist and turn the leg however I so choose there. Okay, so he has great mobility in that. All right, hip. I can go way.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can knee someone in the face.
Bam.
Now, is that staying up, or does that ratchet the same way as the?
Not as much. The
arm?
hip joints are not going to ratchet as much.
So, like a pose like that, that's not going to stay.
Yeah,
forever.
it's not going to completely stay. But
you could use that
as we just did that with that C stand there. And then you've got your traditional.
Here, try to give me a.
This is
try to face the camera with
this
that.
is a Jeff May about to enter the boxing ring.
Oh.
Ding, ding, ding.
I would never keep my hands that low. But man, yeah.
But if you could, you'd wear a shirt like that.
That's a good museum style pose too. Like that's a pose. That's a solid pose that you already have him in right there.
And what I've done to kind of pull that is just taking the cape and flopping it over the back. It's giving more of that scalloped in there as well.
I also like the idea that he has that one arm, that one shoulder unencumbered by the cape, where he's just like, yeah, I'm going to use this.
He,
it's
Terry,
like rolling your sleeves up.
Terry, if you're still watching this one, because I do not own this one, has really great posability. Really, really cool. I'm digging on that.
He's still in there. Someone actually was just saying how they feel like the How to Be a Poser show has made them more natural at posing. So
yes,
maybe this
No, there is a clear and obvious symbiotic relationship between Unsealed and Revealed and How to Be a Poser. Like,
yes,
we'll show you what we got, and then Terry will be like,
and then
here's something you can
Terry
do.
will be like, and this is what you can do.
Yeah.
One more articulation point. I'm going to move kind of hold the cape here and switch here to the side, and our torso.
Just get that. So you can make him do crunches so we can see
crunches. You could do the open arm with, say, a Margarita Monday.
I don't think he does that.
Foot up. Totally. He is on the couch binge watching.
Yeah.
A Noir movie.
Yeah, some sort of.
I like where you're going with this. I do.
He's watching old Batman serials.
There we go. There we go.
Cinematic serials.
But wanted to show that the waist joint that you've got. Great turns to the side. Boom. And I like when the costume, because this is supposed to be a fabric, versus something else. Really just moves very, very naturally. The last little piece I want to show off.
As you're getting that over, it's one of the things I want to mention too is that with this piece, I know because I'm a member of the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group, and I've seen a lot of the collections that people have, and like you'll see a lot of people, they collect the Batman black and white stuff. They have like a certain color scheme that goes in there, so that really does sort of add a cool black and white.
That to me is what's really neat. Is I've always thought the statues were neat, and to have a sixth.
This is very rare for Sideshow to do.
Yeah, well, it's very rare. Not many people at all are doing it.
It's actually harder to pull off too.
Well, yeah, it is.
Color is one thing, but then to find the appropriate grayscale, because it's not just a filter you run through Instagram or whatever.
So let's take a look at the belt. All right, because again, done in that grayscale. This is that leather on the belt. And then these have been molded. Now they are individual, so they're going to wrap around nicely. They're not just a clunky set. So when you do put them around his waist and Velcro it on there, it does take that curve very nicely. I'm going to close it up so you can kind of see, but boom, like so. And another reason to have this,
the vegan leather,
yes, and another reason to have this. Separate like that is again where you're posing that you can get it just where you want it.
You can pose the character, then put the belt on.
Yep, and then go, okay, there's where the belt.
Well, especially because the pouches are molded on, so you don't.
Yes.
I mean, I don't predict any snags or anything, but it's better to be safe.
Nope.
Are our mics picking up the rain? It is
really coming down out there.
In the Southern California desert right now.
Even more noir.
And
exactly.
this is
the dark and rainy. Very
wet.
cool, dark and rainy.
Dark and wet.
All right, so let's take a look while he's there.
Let's accessorize.
And accessorize. All right, we have 2 accessories with our character here. And I'm gonna untape these here.
Look at how delicate and dainty Guy is when he is taking these accessories out there. One accessory, very rare, a silica gel packet. Very excited about that.
Which,
Do not eat.
yes,
Do not eat any of the things that come in this package.
Dude,
This is
yeah,
not an edible
this
action
is
figure.
not an edible Batman. All right, so I'm gonna set him on
So you have.
base. All right, and then I'm gonna swap him into hands.
So we have what looks like the boomerang. This definitely does give me a Silver Age vibe. Like
This one here is,
you know.
yeah, to me is that Silver Age.
I think there is sort of that classic. I think it's a Norm Brayfogle cover where he's leaning forward, and I think he's like there's the boomerang coming.
Yeah,
off
the
him.
boomerang one.
and that gives me that vibe.
And then you've got this one here. It's a little more deadly.
It's a batarang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna hopefully that doesn't violate his no-kill policy. Hopefully it lands in the right spot.
Maiming
yeah.
is not in the thing. We have 2 hands that are for holding said accessories. So I have placed 1 in each. All right. These are a softer rubber, and you do not have to worry that you're going to scuff the paint or damage it by putting those in there. It is a softer.
That looks really cool.
Softer rubber.
Like the way the
Similar.
light is hitting the
Kinda
batarang and the boomerang. It just looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I don't know what color they came in the original piece by Sideshow, but if it looked like that, it looked amazing.
The color on it was different.
Okay. Oh, it was. All
Yeah,
right.
these are not. So other than, of course, what the sculpt is on here, none of this is kind of well, that's the very same thing. No, this grayscaling has really gone the distance to change out. Which one would you like to see there, Jeff? Would you like the classic or do you like the...
I'm going to put this out there. You have one of each hand, so...
There.
It's not like he
and
only-
that's the answer I wanted.
Batman's never like just fighting one dude. That happens like once a year. He's always like beating up a bunch of dudes trying to rob
Once a year
some
at a holiday
wealth.
party.
I gotta protect the wealth. You know, like Batman does. So yeah, let's get them both. He's gonna be ready because you gotta be lefty and righty just in case. You never know when you're gonna like separate your shoulder. You know, when the Mad Hatter's gonna overpower you and separate your shoulder, you might have to throw lefty.
You might have to throw lefty.
You might have to throw lefty. You might have to throw righty. You never know.
Don't.
You lefty or a righty?
I'm a right-hander, except when I first started to play baseball was left.
Really?
And then I did both.
Okay, that's fair. Do you play baseball now?
Not as much.
So then we'll just establish that you're right-handed.
I like that. Yeah, we're just going to put the kibosh on your pointless comment.
You know
So
what?
there we go. Let's take a look.
I'm right-handed for like what we call gross motor skills, throwing, punching, stuff like that. For fine motor skills, eating, writing, left-handed.
Really?
Not uncommon. I'm not a freak.
So there we
Wait,
go.
hold on. Just me?
Just me.
Anyone?
And and that silence you hear is the end of the rain and no one chiming in.
Shout out to my fellow left-handers watching in the comments. Shout out if you are left-handed, huh?
Again, let's take a...
I expect to hear from those left-handed people.
Oh,
Cassidy.
yeah. If they exist, if they're out there, we want to know.
We're out there.
So, but again, there you
Take a
go.
look
There's
at
your
that,
both
yeah.
your right and left.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Hand.
I actually probably would do that. I
It is neat
would
to
do
see both.
To have him like have one at the ready
Yeah.
to be like, I'm gonna throw this in someone's arm.
Now, do you think he was ambidextrous that Batman could throw with both right
I
and
think
left?
he would learn how to be.
I mean,
yeah.
he probably learned.
I absolutely think that that's
Probably
something he learned.
Um,
You know, like he learned like pain tolerance in India, I believe, if I recall, and he learned he studied escape arts with Zatara, and then at some point in time, he probably just went to like some college baseball program to learn how to pitch left-handed as well as right-handed. Like that seems like something Bruce Wayne would do. And everyone's like, you know, Bruce Wayne, he enrolled in Texas Tech. And we're like, why?
Really?
It's on the
Why?
baseball team.
Why? He's got a psych class and that.
he's-
just so he could be on the team. But there is that other hand. I wanted to pull this one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And
and that does have a menacing, almost like if you wanted to like kind of have that.
if you want to pose them together with the Joker, it's a great one to have
Yeah.
holding onto his jacket.
Yeah, or like coming at
They're
you.
coming
or
at
something
him.
Like that. Yeah.
There are actually a lot of requests to pose
Can
them
we
together.
see them
Can
next
we-
to each
can
other?
we
I
do
was
that?
going to say that's a thing.
Can
that
we see them
Yes.
next to each
definitely
other?
have to do.
Right, sweet spot.
Jeff, I think we should answer that with yes. Yes, we'll do that.
Oh, fine. I was going to say no, but if you want to, that's
But-
fine.
What the heck? All right, let's set Bat up here.
Both on the table.
No. Will they both fit on that guy?
Probably round table.
Okay. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, there's kind of next to each other. I just want to adjust our said code. I've
No.
not swapped out hands or anything with
Yeah.
Joker. We're just currently setting them
Yeah.
next to one another so you can see.
As a heads up, for anybody that watched us do a lot of the posing and the sort of up and down with Batman, and we're wondering why we didn't spend as much time with the Joker, we did a full episode of this Joker piece just in color. So I kind of feel like it would have been a waste of time to just go through articulation and everything like that.
It's
and
something that
accessories when
hopefully
it's-
you will
yeah,
go back and
the
you can
color
watch that.
palette
We
is
talk a
different.
little bit more about that.
Yeah.
About his jacket and how
we
that's...
go deep.
Yeah, we
in
do.
that- in that
We do.
Joker
I mean,
episode.
we'll show off a few of the things about him, and that you do have that wonderful fabric underneath. Now look at that. That's grayscaled out now too.
Yeah.
That kind of paisley pattern.
Yeah.
I just dropped the link for the Unsealed and Revealed episode with the
Okay,
Joker, just so
okay.
we know. Yeah.
Excellent.
So it has been dropped in the comments. If you wanted to
Yeah.
later on check out the Joker episode, you can, where we go into incredible depth of that.
Go in and, yep.
I believe that might have been the first Sideshow 6 scale that we did,
I think so.
or it was.
But we've
up there.
I'm
One of the
loving
earlier
that we're
ones, yeah.
in our comic book line. He may have been the first of our comic book line.
Yes.
But take a look at those two together.
I actually really like the contrast too. The Joker's color scheme is a lot lighter than Batman's is, as far as like what you're going to see, because Batman has the cape and the cowl. So it does sort of have a good sharp contrast when you put them with each other. Look at them. You got to give them.
That's a bit of a
little, yeah.
more of a do you care to dance thing like that. But
Yeah.
this is
So
so
there
you
it
can
is.
think you can dance noir
Yeah.
noir Batman.
This is
version.
Batman looking at the Joker, being like, "I need you to step back a couple feet. We need to create
Exactly. There you go.
social distance."
You're in my personal space.
Yeah. Hey,
But
get on my personal space.
But let's take a look at them next to each other. I'm going to lower the hands just so we can have them both up on the turntable right now.
Deal.
And they do. Batman, because of the cowl, stands a little bit taller.
I would assume Batman should stand taller than Joker
That's
anyway.
a little bit, but only a little.
Yeah.
But again, like take a look at those textures. That grayscale is wild.
This is the weirdest American Gothic I've ever seen.
yeah, yeah.
Give him a
Those-
spin. Give him a spin as your.
Give him a spin there. All right. Those particular accessories, yes, the pitchfork does.
Do 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 do. There you go. So you get to take a look at them.
All right. So let's take a look at kind of that difference of grayscale. That even in the grayscale, you talked earlier about the kind of that purple look.
Move his hand a little bit.
It's a little on the button.
It's a little. It looks like
Oh, wait.
Batman's getting a little.
You know.
Like, why is the Joker smiling like that? Oh, okay.
He's smiling.
Baseball.
Exactly. Good game. He was, oddly enough, the Joker was the coach at Texas Tech when
There
he
it is.
learned to.
There it is.
And we go full around.
Yeah. So let's. So now that we've done that, Guy,
Yes.
now you've got them next to each other, let's go with maybe a little bit of a. Why don't you do something that you love doing that
Mm-hmm.
Terry taught you? Why don't you give me a one-on-one pose for those two?
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, Cassidy, I feel now's not a bad time to drop the link to the Gleam contest.
I actually just did that a little while ago.
Wow, look at
Yeah,
that. I guess
so-
I'm no longer in control of the shit. No.
Nope.
Cassidy did drop the link to the Gleam contest. Well, they might not have known.
Yeah, I could always do it again.
Why not?
Yeah.
So Cassidy is going to and has just dropped a link to the Gleam contest. You don't have to leave. You don't have to stop watching. You have until Friday to get all your entries in. If you are on the fence about trying to get this Batman piece, if you're thinking, I kind of want it, but I already have the regular Batman or something, enter that contest. You have lots of ways to win. And the more you do, the more chances you have to win on that. So Cassidy has just dropped that.
Yes, I have.
So I'm really excited about it. We are taking a look. Oh, oh, it went to the camera. I was like, oh, we've got a surprise for you. But this is a
Trying
good
to see.
choice.
Don't have
Guy, we're going for the classic choking the living hell out of
the Joker.
Um,
Well, I have not, because we haven't seen these figures. This
Yeah.
is not something I had planned. Like, how would we do it? I'd probably have them both on their stands or something like
Yes.
that. But we did talk about that grip hand that he has, and just kind of what you could do with.
yeah, that's a good choice.
But
You could have him spraying acid in Batman's face after that. or
there we
something.
go.
Get a
Wow.
whiff
See,
of
you
my
are
poser.
just violent.
But yeah, they do go well together. I think that's what I really wanted to do. And sorry to put you on the
Oh,
spot,
no, not
but
at all.
you should have expected this. This
I
is a
should've.
show about toys.
Yes.
Cassidy, how are we doing questions and comments other than just, hey, pose them together?
Hey, I want.
There were a
Hey,
lot
I
of
want.
those. There was someone way earlier on who did want to let us know that Batman did appear on the Superman radio show at least 100 times.
At least 100
Occasionally,
times?
but never had his own.
But he
Okay.
did not have his own.
Yes.
Shout out to that to that commenter whose name I do not know because I don't want to ask. No.
But I
shout out
thank
to
you
that
for
information. Yeah.
checking it out for us.
So yeah, wearing those spats. Any questions about the figures themselves, posability or anything?
Otherwise, there were some questions just wanting to see more articulation and posability, but I think as we said, we had one of those.
Yeah.
On Joker, yes, we go very deep into that
Yeah.
on the individual episode. If there's more that we would like to be covered on Batman, if you could ask, we're going to ask
they
that
want
right
that.
now. If
'Cause-
the Batman figures articulation
Yeah.
is something you'd like to see more of,
Joker articulation, we get into so much that at this point in time it would just be gilding the lily. Just check out that episode, and the comment. Cassidy did drop that comment.
Yes.
With the link in there as well. So many good links in there. We got
Yeah.
Gleam
Yeah.
contests. We got other episodes. Which, by the way, if you haven't, if this is one of the first episodes you've seen of this
Then welcome.
show, we have such a blast on this show. I love being able to hang out with Guy and to talk about a grown man playing with a toy. That is a dream come true. It's
is.
the greatest thing. It's the greatest job in the world. Can you
You know.
believe it? The second greatest. First greatest, being the man that gets to play with the toy.
I will say that's definitely.
I'm not against. I'm not against Guy doing some more posability with the Batman piece. I think that.
Yes,
wouldn't
if
be a
we've
bad
got more
idea at
questions
all.
about his posability, I'm more than happy to go over those. If
we can get a full neck side.
there we go.
Accidental posability.
just because I moved him to the side.
If you wanted him looking harshly to the left, you've got it.
This is that next step back to. But yes, you do have great motion back and forth on that. All right.
Yeah, look at that.
Someone wants to know if we can do an Ian Malcolm pose.
Oh, you want him laying down?
You know?
Ian Malcolm on the
Like this?
laying
Jurassic
down.
Park?
Yeah.
But we can't do the bare chest because that's an unremovable costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll do it. I'm not.
And the show changed drastically.
Yeah. Unsealed and extra reveal.
All right. So.
Also, I don't think this is possible, but someone wants to know if we can see the Joker head on the Batman figure.
Nope.
No, we
No,
cannot.
they're,
Okay.
We
the
cannot
pegs
do
on
that.
them are slightly different.
Well, not only are the pegs on them slightly different, but we here at Sideshow Collectibles do not
Recommend
do those
that.
swapping outs. It's not that we don't recommend it. If you buy the toys, you can do whatever you want with them. We, on the other hand, have licensing issues and things like that where we can't violate the property in that regard. But if you wanted to do that. You
And the
are
fact that I'm
more
a
than
purist.
welcome to, if you get them in time, because they are limited. And I believe you told me the Batman is 500,
500.
and then the Joker is
400.
400
yes.
pieces. So if you're one of the lucky ones that gets both of them, by all means, you are more than welcome to do that on your own.
Since we're talking about the posability, what I've decided to do is, while I had the head removed, is to also lift off the cape. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the cape, as we showed earlier, fanned out, is really, really large.
Let's talk about this as being a very smart thing to do when you're posing your character in the first place. You know, like, why not create the pose and then apply the cape and cowl?
Can we see that from above? Just how big? There it is. Later. Well, fudge.
Hamburgers. A little, push that up a little higher. Now, what I'm going to need you to do is put Batman's head where it would be over that cowl. And then we're just going to make it face the camera. And then we're going to put in yellow font Batman and like a semicircle. And then it'll be just like the 1966 Batman television series.
Just think. I'm happy with what our cameramen do, but change the color and do this and I'm just happy.
Oh, no, man. I just say fix it in post. And
Just fix it in post.
Don't you understand? I'm the talent. I can just say things will happen.
Just say things.
Nothing.
But again,
nothing I say
it is.
goes.
I'm glad that we did that so you can see just how large that cape is. Because let's take a look. It's the full length of his body. It's a 12-inch drop from neck and down. So here is body.
How about like a crouching pose while I have you here? Would that be something that we could do? Because I know Batman kind of tends to do that, like, oh, I'm lolling on top of a thing. Like, can he like maybe one knee down, like superhero landing?
Well, now I kind of want to see you do it, and then I'll mimic it.
That's not what this is about.
Yeah,
No,
but
like this. You know, the superhero.
It would be fun to see
You know, the superhero landing. Is he posable in that sort of a way?
in that superhero land.
Yeah. Sure. Or he's doing lunges to build
Lunges.
up quad strength.
Yeah. I
Doing
mean,
forward and reverse lunges is good for creating balance in your legs.
yeah, for the gargoyle pose, you
Yep.
got to do that. Someone does want to know.
Oh, wow. That's,
Oh,
that actually, that pose is good.
I just thought it was kind of funny. What kind of holding his helmet? This is a high school football.
This is
yearbook photo.
This is his yearbook photo. No, I know we're laughing, but that's not a bad idea. I'm glad I had that idea. I did it.
Yes, that was all you.
I know. I said that.
can we see how stable the Batman figure is without the base? I think we did a little earlier, but
Yeah,
we can,
just have him standing without the base. Sure. I'm sure Guy can do that.
I'm going to do that in just a moment. We are reattaching the head. I want you to take a peek here. Because of the way in which it's done, that neck joint. Okay, there's your ball and socket.
Little
So
turtleneck.
Yep, little turtleneck there. So it's gonna take a little bit. Don't get frustrated, but it's gonna take time when you do it because you've got the undersuits on there, and you want to make sure not to pinch it out.
One of the things with stability is obviously the way you're posing your figure, because you're on 2 feet and it's not a human, so he can't like stand. So when you're going to be putting the figure up like that, make sure that you have the right balance of body, that you're going to want sort of a center of gravity going directly up, as opposed to one of those things where you have him hunching over or something like that. Or, you want to find that good center of gravity that Terry Smith, I'm sure,
yes,
is
not watching a
master of doing that. He took off.
he did take off.
Terry Smith took
He's
off.
hunting for toys.
He's toy hunting.
He had to go. He had to go riot in the streets. That's.
No.
But or I guess if you can add another point of contact, obviously the posability of it adds to that point. If you
Okay,
make
so,
3 points of contact.
Yeah, you can.
I do like the idea of us creating.
But you wanted to
create
see
the
him-
pose without the cape, and then afterwards, once you know it's stable, because the cape isn't going to add weight.
No.
It's a very light material, right? I'm guessing.
Correct.
That doing the pose and then adding the cape is probably the best bet.
There we go. See, but then I can adjust the belt wherever I need it. All right, so A little turn to the side.
Well, Batman needs to be fierce.
Get it, girl.
But the neat part is that he really holds a pose nicely.
Yeah. The good point of that too is that because he has the ball ankle joints, that gives you sort of the ability to sort of pronate, supinate the feet as well. That gives you that extra level of stability that some toys, when they don't have it, are just balancing on like the side of the sole of their shoe. That we don't have. It seems to me that it's about time for us to get out of here. What do you think? Which means
I'm going to keep playing.
Cassidy.
I'm going to drop the links.
Cassidy is about to drop the links for purchase. I'm guessing right about
Now-ish.
now. Right now. Do it now. Cassidy, do it now. Now.
It's done.
Don't
It's
stress.
done.
No,
It's
okay,
done-ish.
it's done. It's so okay. That was so close. That's right. If you want to get a hold of these, I would jump on that. They're obviously going to sell out. The Batman piece sold out. The non-noir piece sold out almost immediately. You're going to want to get on that ASAP. You still do have a chance to win that through Gleam. If you really do want the piece, I would not. I wouldn't wait. But if you want to chance it, chance it. I am really stoked about these. We have it's again the Batman and Joker Noir pieces that they are being brought down. Is it classics? Is that what it is? The
Yes.
Batman and Joker classics Noir pieces by Sideshow. Again, these are a insanely limited run of 500 for the Batman, 400 for the Joker, and we got to be the people to introduce you to that. I'm so excited. I've never gotten to do anything like that.
I know, this is fun.
I've never gotten to do the premiere thing where I get to be like, hey, here's the thing. I'm so excited about that. Cassidy, how are we doing on questions, comments, or concerns? Is everybody just like, I'm done here, I'm going to go buy it?
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone is thankful for this stream. We're thankful for you for
Thankful for
watching.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, I'm super thankful for you. I mean, we are. Time-wise, not considering, it's a time when I think we need stuff like this. We need to connect with you back home, and that we all need to connect through the sort of global internet world that we're in, so that we can stay connected and care for each other. And this is a great way we got to do this, celebrating Sideshow's birthday with you, Cassidy. With you, Guy, with all the crew, and with you all at home means the absolute world to me right now. Don't forget to check out these pieces. Guy Klender, 6-scale expert, an all-around safe guy to know.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shout out to Cassidy Dietz on the ones and
Thank
twos.
you.
We are here every Monday, generally speaking, live at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We will continue to do this as long as you'll continue to watch us. Thank you all so much for having us. I think I've got everything, so don't forget to hit subscribe and that notifications button up there so you can hear about all the future stuff. We are in the middle of Sideshow's birthday extravaganza. You're going to want to get those push notifications. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all in the studio, and don't forget, everybody, to let your geek side show. Thank you all so much. See you later. Hey, did you like that video? Be sure to subscribe by clicking the S icon on your screen and click that bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is posted. If you'd like more info on the items featured in this video, click the link provided under Product Info. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.